Hey guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with another speed build, and as you can see from the title of this video, this is an 8 Sims starter house. If you don't know what that means when you create 8 Sims and create a Sim and you move them into the lot, that there is enough money in your household to begin with to afford to move straight into this house. Because if you have 8 Sims in your household out of Create a Sim, you are given 34,000 simoleons and you can move into this house and have a little bit of wiggle room to go ahead and live and have money to eat and stuff. So it was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge. This has been on my to-do list for a while. A couple of you guys have suggested it. I mentioned it myself once and then proceeded to not do it because it stressed me out. But I actually sat down and did this earlier and it was a lot of fun. I just had to build it in a weird way, as you're seeing, where I placed down beds and kind of figured out where rooms would go before we're figuring out the outside. Right now there's just a ton of boxes and I'm figuring out where everything can go. And then we're going to figure out what the outside looks like because that's not as important. I mean, I want it to look cute, of course, but we needed to make sure we got everything in for that $34,000 or simoleon budget. I don't know why I went through that. Oh boy. It's been a couple of days since I've done a voiceover. That's probably why. But anyway, we're getting to pretty close to a final shape here. This ends up having 5 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which I know that's not a lot of bathrooms, but there's definitely space on this lot to expand over time if you want to have more bathrooms. So that's good. There's a main bathroom and then a master bathroom. So you can go to the bathroom in 2 different places. One has a shower, one has a tub. I made sure to include a tub because we do have 2 toddler beds in this house. So I wanted to have a toddler potty, a shower, and a high chair included for your toddler Sims to go ahead and be able to be taken care of. But we're on the outside trying to figure out the roof now. It ends up being a very simple shape, as you'll see come together here shortly. But back to the types of bedrooms inside. You probably saw we have a master bedroom, then we have another bedroom that has a double bed, but only one side is accessible. It's shoved against the wall. I imagine that's a teen room. We have a single bed room that's just got one single bed. That could be a teen or a kid. Then we have a double kid room and a double toddler room. So there is plenty of space for 8 Sims in this house. And then in the kitchen area and dining area, we don't actually have 8 chairs. We have 5 chairs and a high chair, but I don't know if everyone's going to sit down at the same time. I imagine you could probably, combine a couple of tables together in the future if you want to upgrade and have enough space for everybody. Or some people could sit in the dining or in the living room and some can sit in the dining room. I think that could work out pretty well, but I had to fit everything into this house, and we don't actually have an 8 Sim table. The biggest table we have is, oh wait, we do have 8 Sim tables. What am I talking about? The long dining tables are 8 Sims. I really wanted a round table though. I wish we had a round one that had 8 Sims. That would be a really big round table though. But what am I talking about? Anyway, we're figuring out the outside now. We have one section of the home, this little dormer up here, which is not accessible. I just thought it would look nice to have a little bit of a detail up there. And I do change the windows that are in there eventually because I picked really expensive windows and didn't realize it till later because I was just... You'll see me going back and trying to figure out what I can delete and what I can change towards the end of this build so that we can decorate the interior a little bit more. I also had considered changing the windows to the seasons windows, so you'll see me messing with that in a little bit. But I did change them back to these windows, which I want to say these are base game, but I thought they were Parenthood for a very long time. Did we get windows like this in Parenthood and then get them in base game? Because I'm kind of confused by that. But we're just adding this little roof detail over one of the windows over here, which I believe came with cats and dogs. And we'll be changing the color of the house towards the end. I could not make up my mind, and we're just painting the walls in here. And as you can see when you walk in, you're kind of like in an entrance room that's not fully a room, and then the kitchen and dining is going to be off to your right, and then the living room is going to be off to your left. But we're just figuring out the bathrooms now, so we're going to be placing down, we actually end up using countertops like the ones in the kitchen in here, which are a little bit more expensive, but I think they look nicer. And I wanted this place to be affordable, but I also wanted it to look nice. So when I could afford to do a couple of little extra things like that, I did. So hopefully you guys do like that, because it's not just the bare bones. It has a little bit of extra to it, which I really, really enjoyed doing. It's kind of fun to do these builds sometimes, whether it's like limited packs or like this where it's a budget home, because you're just like, oh, what can I get rid of to like fill in this thing I want to do? I want to decorate this more. I want to add a tree. How can I afford it? So I had a lot of fun with that. And then I wanted to make this room a little bit colorful, but not like too colorful. So we have one blue couch, and then I placed down a kind of expensive fireplace, but it looks so cute. I didn't want to use the cheap base game one. I really wanted one that was like very cozy, and so I really liked using this one, which is from, I want to say, Cats and Dogs. I love that fireplace so much. And then we're adding some wallpapers to these rooms so that they're not all boring, and figuring out the colors of some of the beds and just trying to give a little bit of personality to them so they're not all just like, this is a bedroom with a bed in it. I wanted to make them kind of fun. So we're in the dining room area now, just adding a rug and a painting on the wall, and then we're going to be adding some curtains and then putting those throughout the house. I thought about adding these blinds, but I didn't like the way they clipped in the end, so we ended up using these in a blue swatch, which I think looks so pretty, and I ended up using in, I think, both the living room and the master bedroom as well. But here we are trying to figure out what to put in here. I put this dinosaur in here at first, but I got rid of him later because he was like 200 simoleons, I think. He was fairly expensive, so I ended up selling him later on to go ahead and afford some other stuff. But he would have looked so cute in here. I really liked that. But we're just adding the little monster lights above the bed because I really don't want to deal with monsters. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with me that the monsters under the bed are a little bit too much. But here we are placing a little toddler pool and a swing set out back. I do end up getting rid of the toddler pool, but I keep the swing set. But that's something you could definitely add back if you wanted it. I thought it would be a really cute activity to have, but it wasn't necessary, and we already had the swing set, and we have a bunch of toys inside for the toddlers to play with. So it didn't make the cut. But in this bedroom, we end up adding a little desk and chair. There is no computer in this house, but that's something you could definitely add. That's a place to put it. Or you could definitely fit a desk somewhere in the living space. It's a very spacious living room, and there's not a ton in it. So there's definitely room to improve. And then this room, I believe all we add in here is an easel. So we have an artist in this room. I don't think I added any artwork in that room, but this is the master bedroom. We do end up adding a dresser. This is the only room that has a dresser. So there's a dresser there, and then there's a mirror in the bathroom. So those are the places that you can get your Sims to get changed, change their outfits, plan their outfits. There's not one in every bedroom, but it wasn't going to fit, and you don't actually need them in every bedroom. So I thought that was okay to go ahead and only have it in the master bedroom and in the bathrooms, have the mirrors. But we're just making a little back balcony, or not balcony, like this is a porch or a patio in the back, which I thought would be nice if you eventually want to upgrade and get like a grill or something like that to put out back and have some outdoor living space. That'd be nice. But here we are in the entryway trying to figure out what we can fit here. I do end up keeping that Seasons mirror. I think it looks really nice. And then I changed the color of these cabinets a bunch of times. I think we ended up with these ones though, if I'm remembering correctly. I couldn't make up my mind. It took me forever to pick which color I wanted in here, as well as the tiles, and we're just going around now trying to figure out what we can afford, what we can get rid of to afford some other stuff. And I believe that I just sold the dinosaur so we can add some clutter in the kitchen, which I thought came out pretty cute. It's really, really simple, but you know, we are on a pretty tight budget, so I thought it worked out okay in the end. Here we are changing the color of the cabinets and then back again. I couldn't make up my mind. It's like something weird about these cabinets. I'm not quite sold on the color swatches. Some of them are really weird. So I struggled with that a little bit, but we're adding a little place, or like a little rug to stand on while you're doing the dishes, and then a trash can out here. And then we're going to sell some more stuff and figure out some other landscaping, which ends up being quite minimal, but I think it works out in the end. But we're just painting the outside of the house, changing up where the colors are going to be, because I struggled a little bit with figuring out where I wanted all of the colors and getting the roofing to look right. And I think it looks okay in the end. It's a very simple house. It has everything you need for 8 Sims. and you can move right in out of Create a Sim, which was such a struggle. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Anyway, we're just figuring out the last of the colors here, and then we should be going into screenshots momentarily. I hope you guys did enjoy this, and please let me know what other videos you'd like to see soon, and I will add those to my list of ideas. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.